Welcome! This episode shows how to make a router table from scrap wood, which you can complete in approximately 1 hour and is just as accurate as most commercially available tables. To prove this, I'll perform a practical demonstration showing how well this simple and straightforward router table design works in support of helping me build this bar in my basement. Please note that I will later feature this bar in a multi-part series on how to finish a basement. It's important to note that the bar you see is approximately 90% complete. For approximately $100 to $300, you can purchase a commercial router table without a router. Also, please note that most of these tables still require mounting on a larger bench or table. There are a lot of good ones to choose from. If you want to go with a commercial router, I recommend that you take time to go through this great review. This Bosch router is obviously more capable than my do-it-yourself version, but it appears to take about the same amount of time to assemble as it takes to build my homemade router. All of the do-it-yourselfers and hobbyists that I know who have the skills to use a router table can also easily build this table for free within an hour using scrap wood. Consequently, why not build your own router table and use your $100 to $300 somewhere else in your shop? Instead, I would like to offer this fantastic design that you can easily build from scrap wood in an hour or less. My older brother, who is a civil engineer and avid woodworker, designed and built this router table solution several years ago. Unfortunately, we lost him to pancreatitis, and my nephews and I inherited all of his tools. This is really an ingenious solution. As you can see, my brother made it with 3/4 inch plywood, and I simplified it by clamping it on this edge of my table saw top and stabilized the opposite end with an adjustable roller. To build his do-it-yourself table, my brother routed out this area on the bottom of the table and mounted his extra router within it. He then attached the router face with countersunk screws from the top side or the underside of this plywood vase. Also, please note that he provided easy access to the router's bit changing bolt here. As you can see on the top, he provided a plywood fence with these carriage bolts for adjustments. For quick positioning, he added these pre-measured reference lines. Countersunk screws attaching to the router below are located here and underneath the fence here. Lastly, he added this hole for easy carrying. Altogether, the table is 32 inches long and 16 inches wide. At this time, I would like to show you how my do-it-yourself router table helped me accurately cover this 1/2 inch thick lower molding with PVC material to achieve this final condition. With the molding extending 1/2 inch out from the structure, I had to route 1/2 inch from the bottom edge of these 3 horizontal pieces of PVC and 1/2 inch from the bottom edge of these 2 vertical pieces of PVC. With that said, I'll demonstrate how I accurately did this with the do-it-yourself router table at this time. Okay, anytime you're working with a router with a specific cut, I think it's a good idea to run a test article through it first, make sure it fits right, and then move on to your actual material for your project. So at this time, I'm going to make the second cut on the test article, and then we'll take it down to the bar and see if it fits right. This concludes this episode on how to build a do-it-yourself router table with scrap wood in less than an hour. I'm moving on to my next project. You're more than welcome to follow. In addition, if you have a great project that you want to post on my YouTube channel, email me some pictures and a brief description of it. If it qualifies for the Let's Fix It Right standards to help others, I'll interview you over the phone as a guest do-it-yourselfer, produce a high-quality video, and post it on my Let's Fix It Right channel. For the year following this posting, I'll share 50% of the potential YouTube benefits with you. If you have any subject matter requests or recommendations, please contact me. All of this said, I recommend that you subscribe to my channel, follow my projects, and save a bundle of money doing it.